Okay, these little guns are 16 and are 18. I think they should almost snap into place here. It looks like it's designed to go that way. Yeah. Whoops. Now I don't want to break anything either. I think that's in. It's kind of in. It's like a little hinge there. I'll try the other one here. No, don't got it. Oh. Okay, I got the guns in. They're sort of in their little hinged position here. But they're not really very secure. I think that if I was to turn this upside down, they'd fall out. But this thing here is supposed to go something like this. I don't know if it's a rangefinder or what it is. It's supposed to go something like that. And I'm thinking that my best bet is to get everything in position and just held into place by gravity. And then, whoops, I don't want gravity that much. Okay, turn this around here. I'm gonna be careful here because it'll be easily broken. Okay, try this again. Lift this up, and I think it goes like this. I had it a minute ago. Oops. Well, you can see my dilemma. That horizontal tube in the picture is what we were just sort of fighting with there a minute ago. And yeah, it's I thought it was a rangefinder or a gun sight, but now I'm not so sure anymore. It might have something to do with the elevating the gun barrels up and down. Who knows? Well, probably there's people that do know. In fact, if you do know for sure and aren't guessing, in the comments below. Yeah, let us know what it is. I quite well imagine there are people out there that know for sure. Anyway, let's just keep going here. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this in place. Now it either goes like this, or it goes up here like this. Now, if I go by the photograph, I do believe it goes like this. And it was kind of angled up a little bit, if you remember. Now I could be wrong, but yeah, I think I just put a little bit of glue right in there, and I'm going to glue this in place, and hopefully then I'll get the gun barrels on afterwards, and then I'll glue them in place separately. Like this one here, it's still in place. I don't want to take it out because, you know, it's a little bit hard to get in. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Okay, no, not too much. Just a little bit. Okay, now our little part here. Easy does it, Ron. Is that going to stay there? Oh, for Pete's sake. I'll try it again. No. Okay, this time I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I'll put a little bit of glue on this piece. Oh. It's kind of sticking. See if I can carefully poke this down now. You know me and poking, I just have to poke. Maybe if I was to lift with this one and push down with this one. Whoa! Well, that's kind of it. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay. Now don't poke at it. I realize that what I'm using this for right now is not what it was meant for. Right now I've got the gun barrels resting on this tube. Now, I don't think there's any way that would happen in real life. However, I'm thinking that in all likelihood, because this is so small and nobody's going to know anyway, not all the anti-aircraft guns have to be facing up. Why don't I just glue everything in that position right there? Okay, I'll just put a little bit there. Oops. Straighten that out a bit. Okay, now we'll just weld this together here. Steadying myself with both hands here. There. Now, if I'm very careful, I might actually be able to get the seats mounted on there and it'll be ready to paint. But not until at least 7 more are made. Okay, I think if I'm smart now, I will not handle this until the glue is completely evaporated out of that plastic. This is photo etch piece D33, and it goes right down in here. There's a little, you notice there's a little notch. You know what, I'm going to stick on my macro lens again and move right in. and then you'll be able to see it. Now you should notice that there's a little notch on the top of this piece here. And that little notch is supposed to go on that little shaft, or whatever you call it, little bar. Not this one here, this one here in the back. And it comes up from the bottom. Right now the gun assembly is right side up. And I think the best way to try and put this on will be turn everything upside down. Put a little bit of glue, I guess, on the shaft. I don't know if I should try the CA glue or not. Well, we'll soon know, because in a few minutes whatever I decide to do will be done. This is my homemade CA medium, and I'm going to do my best to try and not get my hand in your line of vision here. Dare I try and straighten that a bit? You can't see it, but it's just a tiny bit crooked. Maybe if I hold this down with my hand. I suppose I should have the macro lens on here, but I don't. You know, that's pretty good. Well, if I can do 7 more like that, it'll be okay. What is supposed to happen here is when you view it from the side, it's supposed to give the illusion of there's a gear mechanism that would lower and raise the gun. However, I'm realizing now that very few people are even going to notice this. Well, I guess I can't be putting the seats off any longer, because that's about the only thing left to do here. And I realize this video is getting a little bit on in time here, and it is getting later in the day. So I suppose we could, do this tomorrow. Oh my, that little seat is almost ready to ping out of the tweezer. Anyway, I better fix that. Yeah, but there is one more thing I wanted to say here. A fair amount of time has passed now since I was fiddling around there with that little piece that I didn't know what it was. And I am now convinced that yes, it had something to do with the gun sight. But I also think it might have had something to do with the rangefinder, but maybe not. Maybe the rangefinder was entirely different, in a different place altogether. Could be we're going to be working on the rangefinder here next. But anyway, you can see here where it translated out to right reflex sight and left reflex sight, but that other big long word that started with an H, even after I corrected my spelling mistake and changed the F to a T, and I googled that big word in there, it didn't make any sense at all. It was translating it something like horizon animal tube or something. I think that in all likelihood that might have been an old term, an old battleship term that was used way back in the 30s when the Bismarck was being made. And it made sense way back then, but it's not relevant anymore. And even Google doesn't know. So, but it could be that somebody who fluently speaks German might read that and know exactly what that means. So if you do, for sure, let us know. Thank you. Okay, not to belabor this to death, but the thought just came to me. If Mom was still alive, I could give her a call and she'd know what it was or what it meant, because she only spoke German when she was a little girl. They didn't even speak English. She had to learn English when she started school.